Hello, Gemini. It's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here with your October 2025 mid-month general reading. We're looking at the second half of October for you. Thank you so much for being here. Please do subscribe and like. If you know your other sign placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, it's helpful to watch those videos for additional insight. If you really like the reading or the reading style and you would like to explore something in your own personal life, if you're interested in a personal reading with me for yourself or perhaps as a gift for someone else, we are approaching the holiday season and personal readings are easy and lovely gifts to give. If you're interested, you can email me for more information, Maggie, the number 1 McGuire at gmail.com. You can click on the description below to see those contact details as well. I can usually get back to you within the day. I cover everything: love and romance, relationship and partnership, compatibility, career, work, money. I do 6 and 12-month overviews, which are really great to do towards the end of one year, beginning of another. Different types, costs, spreads, lengths, lots to choose from. And I'm also quite diligent about timely scheduling of personal readings as I do this full time. So email me if you'd like. Okay, Gemini, the twins. What does the second half of October have going on for you? We have the Ace of Coins, the beginning of a new path or an opportunity on a path that holds the potential of long-term security and stability, financial, material, perhaps emotional as well. The Six of Coins, gift giving, gift receiving. It may be time to be more open here on either of those sides. The Ace of Cups. This is like a gift of a new beginning, Gemini, that holds the potential of being both emotionally rewarding in the Ace of Cups and rewarding also in security and stability, financial, material, and emotional here as well. It might be a love offer for some of you, building something with a partner that could prove to be emotionally rewarding and fulfilling. It could be a completely solo path for you, perhaps a new job or moving or relocating or a combination of all of those things that hold the promise of, again, emotional and practical fulfillment and growing in your own self-awareness and self-love as well. With the Six of Coins being here in the middle, we can infer some advice from this, which is to be open to perhaps giving, be open, a little bit more open perhaps to receiving. Now your crowning energy, oh beautiful, your crowning energy moving into the second half of October, Gemini, is the Star. Now since the Star comes after the Tower in the tarot, for some of you it may be that you're just coming out of a long dark tunnel. It may be that you're something quite difficult has happened in the past, or that you've undergone some kind of life change of some kind, and there may have been some healing and some wreckage to deal with. But here with the Star, this is a sign from Spirit that, one, you're on the right path, and two, there is much, much more ahead of you, because the Star is a card of renewal, of hope and faith and optimism after a difficult time. It's kind of like, health after sickness, hope after despair, love after loss, So, let's take a deeper look. Let's look at that Star. For some of you in relationships, it might be a reconciliation possibility. But definitely something new beginning here. The Star is clarified by the Sun. Clarity, light, love, warmth, laughter, illumination. Pressures, maybe previously heavy or restrictive energies, lifting up and sometimes even negating. Nine of Swords and Judgment, but it's going to require, it's kind of like you're full of hope and optimism. It's like a door has opened, or the sun is shining through the clouds again, perhaps in a way you didn't expect. But you're stressed about the decision that you have to take, or that you have to make in this, right? Nine of Swords, you're overthinking it a bit too much. You're trying to kind of look forward in the future, and perhaps you have a bit of a negative, end to it, right? This is obsessively thinking, overly thinking about an unknown future with like the worst possible negative, outcome. Well, what if I do this and this bad thing happens? Or what if I do this and this bad thing happens? What if I don't do anything and I miss out on the best opportunity? On and on and on. You're overthinking it. Step back from this a bit. It is a crossroads moment. You are being called, in a sense, to move in a new direction, which we can infer that Spirit is kind of supporting this new path, as risky as you might feel it is. We have here in the Judgment card, depending on the deck you use, it usually shows some version of a cemetery or a graveyard with tombstones or coffins, and there's an archangel blowing his horn. It's a call to rise up. Some of the people, not all of the people, some of the people are answering that call, right? We're responsible for it one way or the other. And they're rising up in answer to that. So they're going to go through renewal and rebirth and move off in a whole different direction. Some people may choose not to answer that. They'll stay in the ground or go back into the ground, and it will remain and continue the way they are. Either way, we're responsible and accountable for the choices and decisions we make, because that's what judgment is, right? We're being called to answer for what we do. So it's an opportunity and also kind of an inference along with the sun and the star. That Spirit is kind of gifting you this new path, whether you choose to take it or not, because, as I often say, free will, free agency. Let's take a look at these aces. Ace of coins. This is the more practical ace. This is the Ace of Earth. So it's the start of a path that holds practical possibility and potential, financial, material, stability, and security. The opportunity to build something substantial. Seven of Wands, Knight of Cups, Five of Pentacles. Be careful that your perhaps understandable defensiveness, especially around what you may have gone through or suffered in the past, understandable, but be careful that it doesn't allow you to move forward on this path, to accept something, or that it keeps you kind of shut out from something that you actually really need or would be really beneficial to you. Or that you dismiss it out of hand because you're not really looking at it closely enough. There's definitely an offer here. It might be a love offer for some of you, or some kind of opportunity that behind it has love, support, and encouragement. Be careful that your defensiveness doesn't keep you from it. Let's take a look at this other ace, the Ace of, well, actually, let's take a look at the Six of Coins first. Giving and receiving, being open, maybe perhaps more open to both. Knight of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, Seven of Cups. There's possibility and potential here. You're being given the opportunity to explore the possibility and potential on this path. We have two knights here, the Knight of Air, which is very swift and action-oriented and intellectual, and the Knight of Pentacles, which is slower but very dedicated, very committed, cautious. Again, walking this path, you may have to kind of balance between air and earth here. You may have to balance, smart, intellectual, but very assertive and aggressive, fast-moving energy with that slow and cautious, detail-oriented energy. But definitely a path that has a lot of possibility and potential should you choose to move on it. Let's take a look at that Ace of Cups. The Wheel of Fortune, divine timing, and you've got the star, the sun, judgment, the Wheel of Fortune. Divine timing and orchestration is at play here. God, spirit, angels, and guides are opening up a path for you. You can say no, but it's quite clear that Spirit is providing this as a way of overcoming perhaps injustice, any previous pain, hurt, sorrow, breakup, loss, and create an opportunity for renewal and rebirth. I almost don't want to pull advice and guidance because it seems quite clear that Spirit really wants you to take this path. But you could choose not to. It just means that one door closes, you go in a different direction, right? But let's see what Spirit has to say here. Advice, guidance, feedback from Spirit. The Star again, which is your crowning energy. Renewal of hope, faith, and optimism after a very difficult or challenging or dark time. The Hierophant and the Ace of Wands. Exciting new beginnings. Tried and true path. Now, as advice, the Hierophant can represent, even though it's a brand new path, traditional tried and true methods may be useful here. They may provide the results that are tried and true because of the methods. This can be anything from, in regards to relationship, exploring perhaps relationship counseling, or a dating path that's perhaps more traditional, marriage, institutional energy, you know, that kind of umbrella of conformity, because it's a tried and true path. It's been tested before, these techniques and methods. It doesn't always work for every situation, but here it feels like walking this new path, but also relying on some traditional methods of help, support, resources is going to be, is going to add to your chances of success here moving forward. All right. Beautiful reading. Lovely, positive, beautiful, bright reading, which are always like the shortest reading. So, but it feels like this is a good place to leave it. So I'm going to leave it there. Gemini, those are your messages for the second half of October 2025. This is one of those readings that I just hope resonates for everyone because it's such a lovely, bright reading. But in any case, if any of you are interested in diving into something in your own personal life, if you're interested in a personal reading with me for yourself, or perhaps as a gift for someone else, or both, email me, Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I'd be just delighted to hear from you, and I can usually get back to you same day. You can click on the link below the description of this video to also see those contact details. I will see you all again shortly. As always, many blessings to you. Stay safe and stay well. Bye-bye.